You know, I was thinking if there would... Hold up. Yeah, I was thinking if there would ever be a game which I could present to my audience, to you, which you would like as much as, or maybe even more, than Warcraft. And the answer to that was probably no. Because Warcraft is like one of a kind. You know, like, look at similar games to Warcraft. What are the similar games? You know, there's like World of Warcraft. Okay, but that's kind of Warcraft, except not really. It's just Warcraft put into a MMORPG. Then there's Hearthstone, and that's about it. You know, like I don't think there would be ever any other game which I could present to you which you would like as much as Warcraft. So I came to the conclusion that, as said, probably no. But if I ever had to make a choice of what else to add, and like right now I try to record other games, you know, like Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning. I really enjoyed that game, and I tried a few others, but I haven't really felt like it was watched at all. I mean, do not be a prick. Yes, about how many? 40? Approximately 40 viewers watched most of its parts. Then the amount of viewers started to drop. But what I'm trying to say is, I suppose if I found a game which I would like as much as I did like Kingdoms of Amalur, and you would like it as well, then I would record it. Because I'm like starting to think about what else would I record on a serious side. Not just like try and fail, but like try and record until... Basically until... do I want to say that? Basically, once I finish with Warcraft, and unless a miracle happens and like Warcraft 4 or Warcraft 3 gets a DLC, which I think is more likely than Warcraft 4, then unless a miracle happens, I would probably switch over to a different game, and I would keep at that game. And whoever wouldn't want to watch it would probably just unsubscribe and leave. So what I wanted to say was, I'm looking for a game which I would record, which I would really enjoy, regardless of if the audience would, which like sounds stupid, but that's how it is. I record what I record because I enjoy it to some degree. Although Warcraft is not my most liked game, but I enjoy it to some degree, you know. Campaigns, especially. I'm not a big fan of PvP, so I'm not playing it at all. See what I'm trying to say? I do not hate PvP, I just don't like it very much, and that's a reason big enough for me to not play it at all. Or not even record. I don't know where am I even heading with this. It's just that I wanted to say that once I ran out of... You know, it's not... Let me not put it that way. Let me put it in a more clear way. Once I run out of campaigns, which I will like, right? I'm not gonna record every single campaign that exists for Warcraft. But once I run out of campaigns that I will like, just from seeing their project page on Hive, right? That's when I'll stop recording Warcraft. And the time is drawing near, because right now I've counted out the remaining campaigns, and there's about 4. You know, like maybe there's some like continuations of certain campaigns, etc. But I'm not all that impressed by them. So I know that Wonders of Sorcery has a book 7, but I'm not impressed by the idea of it, because it's supposed to be focused around Hokuto, and I don't exactly like Hokuto as a character, and I don't really want to know what's happening behind the scenes. In other words, what's Hokuto been doing while the player is playing out the first 6 books? The previous 6 books, you know, like, and that kind of stuff. So once I run out of campaigns that I'll want to record, I'll stop Warcraft and I'll switch to a different game. And I don't know what else? It's like, right now, I can say that I'm fortunate enough to be sort of entertaining an audience of up to, not always, but of up to 760 something subscribers. Most of the time it's like 50% or less than 50%. And I'm wondering what will happen once I switch from Warcraft to something else. Greetings, stranger. I'm Cressus Soulbane, an ancient necrolyte of this valley. And who might you be? Greetings, Cressus. My name is Kedjan. I am a Forsaken and I serve the Dark Lady Sylvanas. Oh, Sylvanas Windrunner. So you're a Forsaken. It's really nice to meet your kind around. You seem like you will need some help, my friend, don't you think? Perhaps I may give you a little escort if you can do me a favor. I need some special items to enchant my powers. If you collect those items for me, I'll help you in return. I'll consider it. Like, also at some points I have noticed some similarities with the Rexar campaign. You know, like hireable units, the box. And also, this is, I think, the equivalent of the Pandaren quest. You know, like, and instantly when I saw his level, it was clear that he's not just a quest giver, right? He has a level, and probably once you get those items, he will join. I got no problem with that. In fact, I'm thinking of fetching those items right away, because it seems like he's level 1 and not level, I think, 3 or so in the Rexar one. Like, I don't know if he's gonna scale up to my level, the level of my characters, or if he's gonna start at level 1. Because if he starts at level 1, he's gonna be useful, but I think he's gonna be also a liability, because he will have a lot less health than both of my heroes. So anyway, I can say that I'm pretty fortunate to be entertaining up to 760 something viewers. But as I've said a number of times before, I do not hate Warcraft. It's just that I don't enjoy playing one game over and over. Oh, fuck. It's just that I don't enjoy playing one game over and over and over. But even still, you could argue, but hey, you can play something that's not Warcraft when you're not recording, and then just record Warcraft. Well, if every time that I turn on my recording program, which is OBS, whenever I turn that on, I always remember that, oh great, I'm recording Warcraft again. You know, it's like, it's not about that I would need excitement from recording, it's just that I would want to, I suppose I would want to feel at least a little excited, because, like, in Kingdoms of Amalur, I was excited for whatever was ahead, and also because I really like Kingdoms of Amalur graphics style. Or when I recorded Prey, I was really excited for more Prey, because I really enjoyed that game. Although not many others did, so I suppose my gaming tastes are like really weird and really not usual. Like, I have an unusual gaming taste, I suppose. And an unusual approach to a game. Sometimes, not always, only sometimes. But anyway, I'm just thinking what will happen once I run out of Warcraft. In theory, right? I said how I mean run out of content. Like, once I won't want to record anything else. Oh, those are destroyable plague clouds. I mean disease clouds. Then what will happen? Like, what I assume will happen is majority of you will just, over the course of time, get unsubscribed by YouTube, because that's how it currently is. If you don't watch... If you happen to not watch a video from a certain channel you're subscribed to for at least like a week or so, I think that's what the post was saying. There was an info post saying that if you don't watch a video from a channel you're subscribed to for more than 7 days, you get automatically unsubscribed. So I think that if I just start recording something else, majority of you, I think more than half, will just get unsubscribed because they won't want to watch that. And then I'll be... not quality-wise, because I think my quality has improved, but like viewer-wise and also not fame. What's the word? Not exposure either. Damn it. Not progression either. I'll just be set back to like 1 or 2 years ago when I had only about when I entertained only about half of the subscribers that I entertain now. So that's that. You know, like, it might seem like a simple thing to you, maybe. That, like, being a YouTuber is easy. You just open a recording program and record your voice, record whatever you're playing, and upload that. But no, there is a number of additional steps. You know, some of them are optional, and some of them are caused by just the quality of equipment that I have. The optional steps being like voice changing in Audacity, which I've done mostly for Legends of Arcane. Then there's the equipment steps, which oh, hello. Then there's the equipment steps, which I do in order to increase the quality to a degree I would want to watch myself. You know, like removing noise produced by the microphone from the audio track, or you know, like taking the time to set up a offline recording profile for OBS, which is actually primarily a streaming program, but you can set it to work also as a just recording program. It's not like Fraps where you just click record and it's ready. In OBS, if you want to record offline, you gotta set up more things than just 1 or 2. Like in Fraps, because in Fraps you just pick how many frames per second you want, and also what do you want the output format to be, and I think that's about it. Oh, and there are shortcuts for starting a recording. In OBS it's more complicated, so that's another step. And then there's steps that consume time. You know, like whenever I do this recording, don't take me wrong. As said, I like Warcraft, but only to a certain degree. Like if at any point I would decide that I don't want to play Warcraft, then I wouldn't. But since I do it as a YouTube and you like watching Warcraft, then I will just not every day, but like, let's say every second day I'll sit down and record something. So that's another step. Like, it's consuming time I would usually use for something else, but it's a choice I'm doing. I don't want to say that I'm doing it because of you. I just want to say that I have a reason to do it, because I know you would want to watch that. And then there's also the step of me having to render the video to increase the quality of it, and to actually merge both the audio and the video. You know, like in-game audio and the in-game video, those are just not on one track. But what I want to say is that what I have to do after I finish recording is merge the in-game audio and video with the commentary. I record those two separately in order to be able to filter out the noise produced by the microphone. I mean, created by microphone. You see, that's another step that I do, because if I had a better microphone, the noise wouldn't be there at all. So I wouldn't have to do that step, but whatever. Back to the time. Then there's, aside from like recording, there's also the step of having to render something. And Warcraft, believe it or not, unlike, let's say, a simple, when it comes to animations and file size, game like Hearthstone takes up a lot more fucking space. You know, like a 1 hour and 20 minutes long of Warcraft footage pre-render will take about a gigabyte and 12 megabytes. No, sorry. 1.12 gigabytes there. Post-render, when it has increased quality and the audio tracks are merged, it usually goes to 25 gigabytes. The render itself takes about, on my machine, I don't even know anymore because I set the renders overnight, so I can't imagine doing the renders in the actual time when I would want to play something. No. But I think that the renders usually take like 3 hours, 4 hours of like 80 minutes of content, of like 1 hour, 20 minutes. 1 hour and 20 minutes will usually take 3 hours to render, okay? Then there's the upload, which doesn't affect my game. I can play during the upload. But if I'm playing something online, then I can sometimes lag, even though I have a very, very good connection quality. Fucking hell, stop it. Oh cool, more gold. And whenever I want to record something, I usually don't, if I'm uploading, because I'm afraid that me having a browser tab where I'm uploading open will somehow affect my offline recording. Yeah, because I don't have that strong of a processor, or whatever you want to call it. So that's that. But I was thinking, actually I wasn't. I just wanted to say that I was getting ready to say that I was thinking that maybe I can't pick which way. I even fucked up the explanation. Alright, I wanted to say why I thought that Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning was a game I expected to have success with the audience. But then I thought that's not a very good point to bring up. But then I thought it would be a good point. But then I couldn't think of anything else to add to that point. So what I want to say is, I thought that Kingdoms of Amalur would have... in the past, I thought that Kingdoms of Amalur would have been a good game to add, or maybe switch to from Warcraft, you know, like stop doing Warcraft and do Kingdoms of Amalur for a while. And I thought so because I thought that the graphical style of Kingdoms of Amalur and World of Warcraft is similar. You may be thinking, why World of Warcraft? Well, because usually, so far, whoever I talked with, and whoever I talked with liked Warcraft, they usually like World of Warcraft as well. So, you know, like if they like World of Warcraft, then why not Kingdoms of Amalur? It's a game which has similar graphics. The combat system is not really similar, but when you look at the PvE aspect of it, it quite was. I mean, it quite is. Both games are still around. Although developer of Kingdoms of Amalur is not existent anymore. It went bankrupt right after finishing Kingdoms of Amalur. So I thought it could have been a good start, but apparently it wasn't. So I'm like, I do have some ideas of what would I record, but then whenever I get like a new idea of, oh hey, what about this? Could it be a good thing to record? Whenever I think of that, whenever I think of another game I could record that I like, I always reflect back onto that moment when that time period when I recorded Kingdoms of Amalur, and it wasn't getting many views. So, I am not a number guy. Although yes, I would want to have YouTube as a job, I do understand that by recording a what now, 16-year-old game, I'm not very likely to get many numbers recording it. if you get what I mean. But if I record a 15-year or 16-year-old game, and it will get more views than a much less old game, which I think, well, not think, which I liked more than World of Warcraft, then that didn't make a lot of sense, did it? I mean, it did, but it didn't exactly say what I wanted to say with that. Basically, I'm not a number guy. I mean, numbers guy, but yeah. Let's stop it right there. No, you're not gonna purge my... You mother... One purge is enough, okay? Oh, 2 purges. Fine, well, fuck you then. No, so it's stuff like that. It's... The final point, what I want to say is, I suppose, that it's stuff like this which also runs through my mind a lot of the time. Like, if I didn't have a YouTube channel, I'd be thinking about different things in my free time. But since I do, and I know it's not like I have 40, 50 subscribers, it's like 700 plus. I know that I should have some sort of plan of what to record. Because, like, if I run out of Warcraft and there'll be 3 or 4 weeks of nothing until I decide what to record, that won't be ideal. So it's stuff like that also. Like, Warcraft doesn't take up... I mean, yeah, in this case Warcraft, but generally YouTube doesn't take up just like few hours a day. No, it has far wider... Fuck off, please. Far wider impact than you would maybe want to think. Oh wait, what did I upgrade? Did he... Oh, nothing. Okay. Alright, I'll save. So that's that. And I don't know what else should I add, but... I'm actually pretty happy with what I just finished talking about, because I think I more or less said what I wanted to say. Which usually doesn't happen. Like, whenever I want to talk about something, in the theoretic way, or, well, in the theoretic way, in a way in which I want to? No? Yes? No, how do I... In a way that I see fit? No, not as well. How else would I... Usually when I want to... not argument, not conversate, I guess think out loud. Whenever I want to think out loud about something, I can't, because I always lose the thread. Like, I always forget what I wanted to say, or I can't think of, at the moment, of how to say something which I wanted to say. Oh, such are the boons of having English as a second language. I think that if English was my main language, if I were born in an English-speaking country or to an English-speaking family, I wouldn't have these problems with expressing my thoughts, saying what I think out loud in English. Like, I certainly don't have a problem with that in my main language. My main language is Czech, but I do have that problem in the English. Which is a little weird, isn't it? Considering that I picked English for my YouTube channel and not Czech. Well, one motivation behind that was, surprise surprise, money. Because in this country, if you, and no, you're not killing that, oh, but I'm not killing you either, I suppose. In this country, if you have a YouTube channel and if you have monetization on, you will get a lot less per 1,000 views than you would with, than you would if you had your channel in English. What did I say as the first part of the sentence? I was trying to focus on that dragon and help my units. Again, if you have a channel in in Czech, you will get a lot less money per 1,000 views, per 1,000 clicks than you would in English, because in English, you know, like it's a language that a lot of, like, majority of the world knows. So anyone who puts ads on your video, you pick it up, will rest assured that their product can reach out to more humans, more people. But in Czech, the range that a product can reach out to is a lot smaller, and usually the ad itself would be in Czech language as well, because why insert an English ad under a Czech video? And I guess inserting ads into a video in Czech costs a lot less, so like one of the reasons for that was money, but another one was that I'm far better than anyone else in my not surrounding area, but I guess I'm far better in English than anyone else who I know, which might be shocking because a lot of the time I don't know what to say or how to say. No, rather how to say. I know what to say, but usually not how, whenever I forget something. But that's how it is. The region I live in it has similar humans. This region has more people like me who can speak English pretty well to a certain degree. You know, not perfect, but to a certain degree they can speak their English is quite good, is what I wanted to say. There, safe. But not all of them do YouTube. In fact, I think none of them do YouTube. And I guess I sort of wanted to fill out a void, which is not really the case, but I guess I wanted to take an opportunity, because I knew that having a channel in English will likely provide more money. Then why not record in English if I'm good at English, you know? I also use English in my free time. I like to sing songs that are in English, but like sing along with a song, not like karaoke, but like turn on a song and sing along with it. So that was one of the reasons. And that's also one of the reasons why I get quite embarrassed when I don't know how to say something, because it was me who voluntarily chose to start a channel in English, so it should be me who shouldn't be forgetting how to say certain things, yes? But I do, and it's not ideal, it's less than ideal. So anyway, I've done a really large lap around what I wanted to first say. Yeah, let's kill those two, get more sludges, and get me another one, and we'll be set. There we go, sludges level 4. All 5 of them. I know that sounded like ore because for some reason I thought ore, but in no context. I just thought the word. Anyway, back to the campaign. Killing a bunch of void walkers and just clearing out the demons from the area. I'm still getting experience though. I thought that maximum level would be 14 or 16. If I thought 16, then I still can get some experience. But if I said maximum is 14, wait, hold up, I can check. 4, 8, 12, 14, 18. Yeah, so in theory, I should be able to gain one more level before I'll hit the experience cap for the current act. And I think, like, I have majority of the map explored. There's maybe this part of the map unexplored, but I don't think it's a area I can enter, honestly. It's just surrounded by trees, mountains, and the walls of Undercity. I mean the inner walls of Undercity. Like, I don't see an entry point into it. So... oh, is that a gate? No. Oh, I can get in though. There is something in here. Or can I get in? It's like I don't see an entry point, but there are some structures as you can see. Like, there's one right over here. See the shade? Well, anyway, I have majority of the map explored, so I think that probably the last quest on this map will be basically going to the Scarlet Monastery and seeing what else is there to do. And then I think Act 2 will be right at the door. What else could I talk about? You know, I don't think I'm gonna come up with another topic to discuss in a video once I've started recording, because once I start playing something or recording, my mind will just focus on the game primarily. You know, like, my brain... No, let's not blame it on the brain, let's blame it on me. I very often will forget what we've done at school today, but I can tell you that a... let's say... what could I... Let's say a Serenite Chain Gang is a 4-mana 2/3 with Battlecry that summons another 2/3, and Hearthstone is a common rarity card. Either common or rare, one of those two. And that the card will also say, how long can this go on? And I haven't played Hearthstone in quite a while. I can tell you that, but I won't tell you what we've done at school today. So like, whenever what I'm trying to say is that whenever I turn on a game, I'll just keep focusing on the game until I turn it off. I don't think I'm the only one to have it that way, no. I think that a lot more teenagers, or freshly not teenagers, have such state of mind as well. That they don't focus on school a lot, and their mind just focuses more on whatever they like, rather than whatever they should know and should like. Here you are. To be completely honest, I didn't thought you would come back for me. That's exactly what I was looking for. Thanks to you, I can now refresh my powers once again. I'm feeling much better now. First off, I would like to thank you for help, my friend. I am now ready to join you in your quest. Let's move out. Yeah. There's the hero, and he starts at level 1 but with 2 skill points. Warlock. It's bad that he starts as level 1, as said, but at least it's 6 more inventory slots, yeah? Magically binds, cannot move or attack, takes damage per second, that's really good. Links 4 units together, so that's Spiritling. Releases, prevents enemy units from attacking or casting spells, that's also really good. Calls down hordes of spirits. So this is, how is it called? Stampeding Kodos. And there's actually, I think this is a really good one. This is probably like an anti-boss item, but so far I haven't had the slightest of issues with bosses. So I'll probably take this one. Enemy units, so if I... Okay, seems like it works only on enemies. Because I've already seen an ability with such a hold up. With such a description, but it prevents everyone in the area from attacking. Which sort of fucked me over once when I tried to use that ability and I really needed it to work only on the enemies. Oh, would you look at that? And would you look at these? How much XP? 6. Getting him to just level 2 will take a long ass time. What's worse is, I need him to be level 3 at least, in order to upgrade those 2 abilities, which I think are really good. Will it work on... Oh, it will. Nice! Level 1 and it lasts that long? Great! Alright, I might be able to get like level 2 or 3 once inside the monastery. but I wouldn't bet on it. And I also suppose I should change the title of this part of the campaign to something philosophic, because so far I have focused more on my thoughts than ooh, another dark wizard, than on the mission and what's been happening. But frankly, I think it was a good decision because there hasn't been a whole lot happening. You know, like walking from one part of the map to the other with only a regular creeps to kill. I wouldn't say that would have been interesting to watch or even listen to if I didn't provide a little bit of insight on how my brain works or what my current thoughts are. Alright, both dealt with. It's good fine, considering I got hero with... Oh, come on. Considering I just got a hero with empty inventory. I wouldn't usually take the Book of the Dead over any item, because the skeletons are relatively weak. But as said, I got no items for him, so... why not? And no, I'm not gonna use that teleport to go back and buy items. What's most likely to happen is, I won't use that teleport ever, but at one point I'll drop it on the ground and pick up something else instead of it. You know, because that's what I do. I'm greedy. When it comes to a single player, I'm greedy because I know I can be greedy. Because there's not gonna be someone who suddenly, like in a melee game, suddenly a Blade Master jumps out and kills my hero. You know, like, I know that won't happen, so I can afford to be greedy and carry an item that is most likely useless. Because of the because of my playstyle, you know? So that's why I like player versus enemy. Because I can sort of play the way I want, but whenever you play a player versus player, you have to adjust to the way that your enemy is playing. You could argue that in PvE, you sort of do as well, but I would argue that you really don't, because even if your artificially controlled enemy has like a strategy, a lot of the time you can just hammer through it with one kind of strategy. You can like mass a unit type or do something like that, and you will usually win. That's why I like PvE more, because you don't necessarily have to change your playstyle, and if you do, then not by a mile, just by a bit. So... whoa, hold the fuck up! This spell... I mean, I should have expected that, considering I'm here against the Scarlets. But I didn't. Because I didn't think about what would their abilities be. I got 4. Where's the 5th one? Oh, there's apparently somewhere over here. At least that's where I heard the death sound of sludge from. Level 1. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get at least level 2 once inside. But I saw some enemies over here as well. And I think there might be like a Scarlet... Whoa. Wait, I can't get there, can I? Well, those units are on the side. Or it's not another zone, but it's just over here. But no, those are the Terraceful Gardens. Those are the Terraceful Gardens, and this as well. This is the entrance. No, that can't be the monastery. I don't think it is. Let's have a look. Because I can't think of a way of how to get there. Or do I just pass through... Hold up. Ah, I didn't see this. So I can go through there.
Our master's will be done.
Whoa, that's some magic right there.
For now.
Oh, pathing blockers. Okay, then I suppose I can go through here. You know, like, I want to get at least level 2 before I go in. Because remember, it's a story mission. The first 3 quests I've done were story-driven as well. But I think this one will be harder than the first 3 starting ones. But whatever, let's see.
Yes.
Yep. Let's enter the monastery. The monastery was once a proud bastion of Lordaeron's priesthood, a center of learning and enlightenment. However, with the rise of the undead scourge during the Third War, the peaceful monastery was converted into a stronghold of the fanatical Scarlet Crusade.
You need something
Oh yes, the halls of the monastery.
for now.
Oh, bosses? Holy crap. Reynold Mograine. That's... Balnazar? In disguise? Sally Whitemane... Wait. No, it's not Reynold. It's Sidon. Sidon Daffrohan is Balnazar in disguise. So Reynold and Sally should be at the... not at the entrance, but not far from it. No, Sally and Reynold should be at the end. Those are the end bosses. Oh, I remember. Blood Mage Valnos...
Ashes to ashes.
Wait, this is not just Monastery. Blood Mage Valnos is in a tomb and he's a skeleton.
Ashes.
This is Monastery combined with Armory and... Wait, is this the pre-nerf? I think this might be from the times before the Monastery was divided in 2 parts. Like when you could use a random dungeon finder, RDF, to get into a dungeon. Yeah, I think this is from before, so... Valnos should be in the graveyard, or whatever that area is called. That's not cool. No one... No heals. Not from anyone who is not me. And not to anyone who's not me. Oh, I need sludges. And fast, if I want to not start using up my mana really quickly. So, Reynold and Sally are in the area with a fountain. I can't remember how it's called. In the monastery itself.
For now.
Arcanist Dawn is... Where is he?
Ravage this land.
Arcanist Dawn. I can't remember seeing him anywhere in the monastery. He probably is somewhere, but I don't remember him. Alright, let's see. Herod. Herod I remember pretty well, because he was the main source of my Scarlet Crusade tabards, because
This land.
either during the fight or after he died, one of those two, a lot of Scarlet Disciples would spawn, and they were easy to kill, but there were many in numbers and they had high damage. So you just use an AoE, wipe them out, because I ran that dungeon even on high levels just to get the tabard on my separate Fucking stop it with the dispels. Fucking hell. That AI is quite intelligent with the dispels. I will give you that. It's really good. Really annoying as well.
Get on with it.
So that's Herod. And he also has...
Difficult to speak.
His abilities were like gain increased strength, then enrage below 30% health, and stuff like that.
For now.
Arcanist... Hold the fuck up. I like my sludges in one piece. There. Oh, I'm still gonna use one. Lose one probably. Or never mind. Alright. Reynold and Sally, that's a
Get on with it.
fight which had to check the mana regen of the healer, because it was basically a fight you had to do twice if you didn't kill Sally first. And why would you kill Sally first? I think you could do it, but it was not an easy task. I think there was like more loot if you killed Reynold first and then let Sally res him. Because, like, if you kill the Renault first, then Sally would use, like, an 8-second stun, and in those 8 seconds she would revive Renault. So that's that. And then if you got rid of them, you could find... there was a... there was a undead priest, I think, in the back. If you pulled a torch, you could find a undead priest lying on the ground, I think. I'd Herod. 2000 health, that's quite a lot. 10 armor, that's really a lot. Oh yeah, and then the trash mobs, like, not trash, but like when you transition between bosses, there wasn't actually a lot of trash. There was a lot of elites, like Scarlet Myrmidons. Those were pretty powerful. Not the strongest of enemies, but they had a kick to their power. And what else was there? Let's see. Guardsmen. I don't recall seeing that unit. For Scarlet Chaplain. Actually, there's one. There's I've been waiting for a real challenge. That's exactly what he says in World of Warcraft as well, I think. Oh, and in before those ghouls get magic dispelled. Proof. Yeah, gates open.
Get on with it, master. You need where shall my blood be spilled?
Alright, they're gonna expire soon, so sending them over to that gate doesn't have a point. That's a tank item, without a doubt. In fact, all of those are tank items. I guess I'll do this. There. I'm missing actually one boss in this. And the boss is... Torture, but I can't recall his name. But I know he was a torturer, and that he called like everyone in the area to him once you started attacking him. He wasn't powerful, no, but he was really annoying with that pull. Wait, which gate opened? Oh, this one, the one that I cannot even reach yet. Cool. I guess I should have went to the right instead. Alright, now entering the armory. Nah, this can't be the armory. If anything, then the left side should have been the armory. No? Man, I would really need to open a Scarlet Monastery map on Google right now, if I weren't recording. Because I would really want to revisit that once again. That area. You know, like, the only expansion of World of Warcraft which I really like, it wasn't Lich King, and I know I would get burnt as a heretic by anyone who played Wrath of the Lich King. Well, it was actually, like, story-wise, sure. Wrath of the Lich King was probably the best expansion ever for World of Warcraft, story-wise, but gameplay-wise? I never really liked the fact you had to go back to the trainer every 2 or 3 levels if you wanted your abilities to keep doing damage. If you wanted to keep killing mobs within like 5-6 seconds, you had to visit the trainer every few levels, because your abilities, they wouldn't upgrade on your own like they did from Cataclysm onwards. And then again, I also liked Inscription and Archaeology, even though Archaeology was super boring. I liked you could get dungeon bonuses from doing it. So... well, hold the fuck up. I don't want to get burnt alive. So... and I know that someone said that... wait, how am I supposed to... like, what do I do? Or, don't tell me I fucking managed to bug it. Is there something I should have pushed, pressed, anything? No? Oh, over here. Whew. I thought I bugged something. Okay, okay. I think this is the torture room. But the torture boss isn't here. Oh. Oh, really? Well, it's time to fuck up a iron golem with a bunch of sludges and the Ebon Might buff. There we go. Okay, fire disabled. Good. And I can now go to... This is probably the Arcanist Doan. No, there's a Waygate. That's... No, that... This is not a... There's not gonna be a boss in here. It's just gonna maybe lead to one. Okay.
Yes. My faith is sealed. You need something.
Poof. Move up. So yeah, the Scarlet Crusade was my favorite enemy type in World of Warcraft, and actually the Scarlet Monastery and everything Scarlet was... Not everything, but like, the Scarlet Monastery was my favorite... Holy crap, okay, let's get the Army of the Dead out. The ghouls have a lot of damage. It's pretty good. Alright, no more dispels. That's one generator down. And I'll need to find the other. And actually, how do I reach it from here? So like, the Scarlet theme was my favorite in the World of Warcraft. Not Dalaran, not Night Elves or whatever. Just Scarlet Crusade. I can't even exactly tell you why. I guess it was because the Scarlet Crusade were sort of good. Like, by everyone they were taken as evil, but they also were sort of good because they fought the evil and then they succumbed to the evil. Not intentionally though, but you know, like, they've taken it a little bit too far, but because they've taken it a little bit too far, that's why they managed to still survive and fight off the undead until they got torn to pieces from the inside, right? So by Balnazar / Sidon Dafrohan. So that's that. I think I've only destroyed one generator. Or did I need to destroy just one? Fucking hell, no. Have I missed anything in here? No. No. Wait, what's this? Like, I'm missing a generator, and if I won't destroy, then I can't move on. Please tell me I haven't missed anything. Please. I really want to move onward because I've gotten far. I wouldn't want to lose. Oh god. What have I done? Or rather, what have I not done? What have I missed? There was one generator, nothing more. Yeah, I can't pass through it. Okay, let's have a look back in the throne room. Maybe I missed something? I really hope I missed something because, as I said, I don't want to get stuck. What's this up here? There was only one lever, right? Yeah, only one. I destroyed it, moved onward, gone here, done that. Okay, nothing in here. That's bad. Trying to look for a lever or lever or a pressure plate or something to advance onward. Oh, here's one. Okay, so I think that the generator is somewhere over here. Okay then, okay. I was a little blind, just a little. potion. Nah, thanks. Alright, so presumably this is now, yep. And there's a generator in here somewhere. There it is. And presumably once I destroy it, there's gonna be enemies behind. Maybe not. Okay, then not. Never mind. It was also one of my favorite areas, probably the most favorite, because of how it looked. The aesthetics of like a bastion of humanity, where only those who were zealous were allowed. But like, everyone in the Scarlet Crusade did the best they could. They just done everything they could to their maximum. They were devoted, zealous even, as said, but really like, don't you dare to... Ha, you missed! You suck. Now die. There we go. So that's for that. On the graphical side, I did enjoy it. Oh yeah, the Arcanist, now I remember. In a library, and he has a polymorph, then a channeled nuke, which could be easily interrupted by rogue, or anyone with a stun. Okay, I suppose. But then... Damn, I'm getting wrecked here. But it's only because I'm not using buffs. If I used the... Oh, I actually did use Evan Might. Oops. And he also had a... I think that the sequence in which he did the abilities was... He first attempted to polymorph one. You will not defile these mysteries. He first attempted to polymorph one. Then he stunned everyone, and then he started channeling the spell, the nuke or whatever it did. And you could stun him. He would like stun you for 1/3 of his channel, and then you had like a few more seconds to act. To basically tell him to sod off and stop channeling. Bonus mana regen allows this spell. I think I'll do it like this in case that then I lose the Necrolite at some point. I'd much rather lose the Flute of Accuracy than mana regen and a dispel in one. Right? Poof. Level 3! Soon. There we go. Level up, level up. Oh yeah, I haven't been using the Void Cloud at all. But whatever. Alright, I can't move onwards. That means in order to get the Renault, I'll have to kill Falnos. Which I have no idea where he could... Oh, I do. Over there. Okay. I'm going in the right direction then. Stop stealing my shit. It's the last warning I'll give you. I mean, the first one as well, because we never met before. But, like, you'll die in a minute, so... Scarlet tablets are really annoying. Oh, but I can actually, you got wrecked. I can dispel them from you. So anyway, I'm really happy with this part. I mean, this episode overall. Spoke my mind a bit. Also talked about the past. I'm not really keen on past. In fact, my personal past is something I never want to return to or speak about with anyone, ever. But when it comes to gaming past, those are some fun times. It's like there were times in the past where I felt let down and didn't really want to live at certain points, but games were what kept me above the water. Like, games are what kept me afloat. So I didn't drown in the sea of sorrow, you could say. But anyway, yeah, the games have been... I like games. I suppose that all of you watching right now, unless you closed off the video again long time ago, I guess all of you watching right now also like games. I think games are amazing. Although I know that you're basically wasting your time on doing nothing beneficial to anyone. Yeah, if you're playing a video game. Maybe you're providing entertainment or creating content for someone, but aside from that, a lot of the time if you're playing something on a computer, it's usually without any deeper thought. But, like, why trouble yourself with that? A video game is usually for personal entertainment, and it's there to let you blow off some steam. Whoa! No, Sally, no. No. There's no treachery, I'm already undead. So why don't you just go ahead and die? Alright, so she isn't with Reynold. Okay, I thought she would be, but she isn't, so... You know, that screwed my plans over a little, but... What does it matter? Drop that, have the righteousness... Blocks a spell, mana regen, attributes... This is honestly a pretty good tank item as well, because it's better than the Ruin Bracers, as it gives a spell shield, basically. And he already has a reduction, doesn't he? Yeah, he already has a reduction of magic damage received. There. Yeah, this is the fountain area. In here there should be both Sally and Reynold, but in here it's just Sally. But fine, sure, okay. It's actually the monastery area looks like this, with units on the sides. And then there's the main hall with a lot of units in it, and then there's two more rooms. There's one to the left with I think abbots, and then there's one to the right with one room and then one hidden area which you open by a torch. By clicking a torch that's on the wall, and you reveal that the undead priest lying on the ground. I keep forgetting what's his name. Anyway. Whew. Alright. Open that, which serves no purpose, does it? Yep. And let's get back on track. Alright, anyway. Moving on. My voice is starting to hurt again. But I don't think I'm anywhere close to like, once again, 1 hour 20 minutes. So kill that one before he uses this spell. And he didn't. Great. As said, it's a lot more mana efficient to just keep recreating sludges, but I'm just used to keeping them alive. So I'll just keep them alive. It's like, my alchemist has enough mana regen. I mean, he certainly had enough mana regen before, and now with the illusory rod, he certainly has enough mana regen. He certainly has more than enough mana regen now. Whoa, what's that? I don't remember this area. There's something new. Is that something I can... Nah. Okay. I guess this will be one of the areas where something will happen. I can't think of what could happen in here. It looks like a summoning circle of some demons, so maybe Balnazar will be involved? But he's not about... Wait, Scarlet Crusade? Oh god, this is the Falnos part. Okay, so here is the graveyard, and I'm headed to the Blood Mage Falnos. Okay. I always remember that in the graveyard, aside from Falnos, there were two rares. Or well, one rare, one elite. There was a Iron Spine, I think rare skeleton, which dropped I can't remember if weapon or chest mail armor. Both were pretty good, but I can't remember which he dropped. I mean, it might not be making a lot of sense, but I can't remember if he dropped the weapon, which was good, or armor, which was good. And then there was... not an elite zombie, it was an elite ghost, I think, which also dropped something, and I can't remember what exactly. And then there was the crypt in which Falnos resides.
Yes, master.
We hunger for vengeance. This is the 2-mana 1/1 legendary in Hearthstone, which just got wrecked, by the way. Yeah. See, this is what I talked about. I have no need for that, so I'll grab this instead. Yes! An orb. Increases intelligence. This is honestly a lot better on a ranged, but if I give the orb to him, he will be able to attack air. So why the fuck not? Finally. Took a while to get one of those. Unless this is considered an orb effect, in which case, if it's an ability active from the start, honestly, I don't know how do interactions between orb effects and orb effect like abilities work, but I think that this, if it's an orb effect, it might override the this orb, and if this doesn't allow him to attack air, then this won't either, because this will override it. But I would want to hope I'm wrong and that this will allow the Death Knight to attack air, because supposedly he will reduce armor of enemy air by 2, aside from being able to attack it with a decent attack. Alright, we're pushing up to Renault, which is the last one alive. I mean, last one of the bosses, not last one of the Scarlet Crusaders, definitely no. Because even if we kill... Whoa, what are you doing here? Well, anyway, even if we kill everyone at the monastery, there's still Strafholm, which is the area with Balnazar, right? Well, depending on how is the area set up, but it's either with Balnazar or with Satan Dathrohan. But in both cases, like, Balnazar is against Scourge as well, so... Okay, moving up. Hello! I'll buff first. I mean, summon first and then buff. That's a lot of damage. Renault. Yeah, so far, most of the textures on the bosses have been adequate. I need to kill the fucking priest or I'm about to get wrecked soon. Because my sludges keep getting dispelled and they add a lot of damage to my units. Okay, I guess it's time to use all the ultimates that I have at my disposal. Fucking priest. There. Yeah, this has been... The cloud has been pretty useful. Well, why didn't I use it earlier? Who knows? Not me. Because if I knew, then I would have used... Infidels! They must be purified! Yeah. And then there's also that part where you could get... Fucking hell. Then there's also that part where you could get a hold of Corrupted Ashbringer, bring it into the Scarlet Monastery, go up to Renault, because while wielding the... I never tried it, but I only heard of it, because I started playing only... I mean, I played for a bit during the Founding Crusade, but only for a bit, and then I played for a long time in the Cataclysm. And I know you could get a Corrupt Ashbringer. I don't remember from where, but I know you could. And then you could go into the Scarlet Monastery, and because you had Ashbringer, you could get in without being attacked because you were considered a friendly by the Scarleters. I mean Scarlet Crusaders. And if you went all the way up to Renault, and cinematic would trigger where Spirit of Alexandros would basically kill him because for what he had done. If you don't know, Renault lured Alexandros into a trap, which Alexandros survived. Isilian didn't. Isilian was Alexandros' inquisitor friend, is the shortest I'll put it. And Alexandros survived, and basically Renault stabbed him with... sliced him through with the Ashbringer and corrupted it. So that's that.
You need something. We will
So,
this land.
10% strength farmer, yeah, sure. Honestly, just that. Grab the mana stone. There we go. There's 2 teleports. Shame there isn't that room with a torch so I could look at the undead priest. Or, well, undead bishop or whatever you want to call him. I said I can't remember his name, but I know that he was there. So anyway, I actually could have grabbed that instead of the Book of the Dead and then teleport directly into the Undercity. Wait. Why is this being pinged? Oh, I guess for no reason, because I need to... Yeah, I need to get to Sylvanas, so... That's just like a rest location. Okay. Back to... where's this currently? Back to... Terracefall Glades. Well, it's actually not Terracefall Glades, it's... This is the area... Well, yeah, this is just Terracefall... Scarlet Gardens. And this is gonna be soon Terracefall Glades. If I had a unit in here, I could trigger the stone and then somehow have all of my heroes die quickly. In some way, I don't know how or to what. Respawn them over here and just have the way back easier and faster. Well, not easier, only faster, but not easy. Because it would take some effort to have my heroes killed. Yeah? My voice is starting to hurt more than just a little. I don't think I'll be able to do the Sylvanas voiceover if I want to talk tomorrow. Like low tones I can still do, but high pitch notes? No. That's probably not gonna happen. So it got to a point where the Death Knight receives very little damage from anything, basically. He has nearly 50% reduction on damage received. 33% reduction on magical attacks and magical damage received. It has an orb. It has a Amulet of Spell Shield. And also extra life regen. Aside from being able to reduce armor of enemies by 2, attack aura, stun, summoning units, and then buffing summoned units by plus 40 damage. I'd say that's pretty decent. I don't know how would I be able to do these dungeons and that sort of fights without a tank. Because if instead of the Death Knight I had a, let's say, mage right now, I think I'd be relying heavily on this ability. Because you know that my tank got to like 50% at few points in the monastery. Right. Oh, we're actually getting closer to, close to the end. 1 hour 14 minutes, so... Let's see what Sylvanas has to say, now that I've solved the problem of the Scarlet Monastery. Once again, the Scarlet Crusade failed with their silly plans. You did an excellent job, Kedgen. Now let's just hope they don't bother us for the time being. Wrong, Strathholm. Pardon me, Mistress Sylvanas, but I bring ill news. What is it? Our base of operations at the Sepulchre reported about seeing an unlikely presence of the Worgen in the area. They also asked for your presence. What? What do you mean by that? How did this happen? This is absurd. Don't worry, I can handle it if you don't mind. Go ahead. Oh, so it's gonna be events of I can't remember what's the name of the wall, but basically of it's gonna be the events of the wall in the Silver Pine and the Sepulchre, where the Worgen have been released by Aragao, who at first had good intents, but as the time went on, he went mad, driven by the howling and by knowing what he had done, what he had unleashed, and whatever. So that's that. Well, I mean, I'm liking this. Although I think that we're getting really close. Yeah, level 8 experience gain, I think, stop. I think we're getting really close to the point at which Act 2 is probably due, because most of the map is explored. There's not really much else to do. Like, I don't want to keep killing these trash mobs over and over. So I think that I really hope that this is the last quest before Act 2 happens. Oh, my items are left behind. When my horse died in the previous video, I thought that the items disappeared, but apparently they didn't. Well, who cares? I got better items now. Haha. Yeah, so that's that. I'll just get over to the region, enter the Silver Pine, then save, and that'll be the end for this episode. I wonder if destroying one of those buildings has any point? I mean, let's have a look. From here, might as well try. Nope, it does not. Alright. Let's just speed in the direction of Silver Pine. Past these elementals. Past the bandits. And past the undead that are ahead. Oh, I mean, kobolds. Grr. Not undead. It's good that he won't cast slow unless you attack him. Or unless you click attack on anything else. Once you do, he will immediately cast slow. There. Not immediately, with a delay, and only once you start attacking him, but he did. Alright, Dread Guards, Guard Tower. Let's get in. What's gonna be the quest, and how am I gonna go there? I mean, I explored half of the map. So I guess it's gonna be in the second half? Where? How the fuck do I get over there? There's no way to get up here. Ah, how convenient. Okay, so I know where I'm headed. Okay then, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed both the gameplay and my thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one.